Hello there, my Team Awesome Huddle friends. We have three very delightful names for your three different huddles. And so I've got an announcement and then some quick thoughts, and then I'll let you guys launch right into your conversation. Um, we have the dazzling Dapper Dinos, we have Quality Time, and we have the Passionate Pandas. And all three of these names are really, really good. So I kicked it out to our objective third party voter. And this objective third party voter was so moved by one of the titles that they decided to vote for this one, even if it didn't exactly go along with the guidelines that were given. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the winner of the naming competition, Quality Time. Congratulations, Quality Time. You won the naming competition. I'm not sure what that means yet. It'll probably be like a Starbucks card or something special at the end of Huddle Time, like for your gathering together. Maybe we'll get you your favorite kind of ice cream or something like that. But there will be a prize. We'll talk it over with the leaders of your group to see how to reward you best. So good job coming up with that name. Now, today, when you guys are going to be having your conversations, I thought I would share just a quick idea, really quick. I said quick twice in the same sentence. That's tacky. Just a really quick idea. And one of the common themes that the questions are a little all over the place just for the sake of getting conversation and connection rolling, but something that I thought that really tied these things together is this idea of inspiration, like an inspirational person or inspiration for your future or inspiration in the artistic sense. Um, and so I Googled inspiration naturally, like you do. And inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative, or a sudden, brilliant, creative, or timely idea. If you think about the word inspiration, it means like um, the spire is the same root that's in words like respiration. And so it's like breathing into or putting spirit into a thing. And clearly, you know where this is going. When we talk about our life of faith and following God, the life that is put into us, the spirit, the breath that is put into us, started all the way, at least for those of us who follow Jesus, started back in Jesus' ministry when he was like, hey, you disciples, receive the Holy Spirit. Be inspired to receive the Holy Spirit. Be breathed into. And so we see the Holy Spirit show up at Jesus' baptism. Um, and at Jesus' baptism, by the way, this is like a really good Trinitarian verse because we've got the Son in the water, the Father speaking from above, and the dove descending like the Holy Spirit. But the Holy Spirit descends, and the first thing that the Holy Spirit does after Jesus is baptized is drives him to go into the wilderness to be tempted for 40 days. And then after that, it's the Spirit that moves him out of the wilderness and into his ministry. And so as you think about vocation and where you want to go and thinking about the future, it's important that like we realize that it is the Holy Spirit of God that is the breathing in empowering force that drives us forward into our mission. And if we want to live like Jesus, then we open our hearts to that. We say, okay, God, where is it that you want to drive me, Holy Spirit? Not only that, but it is the Holy Spirit who gives us power. It is the Holy Spirit who empowers the church to do their mission. In Acts 1:8, Jesus says to his disciples, hey, you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you. It's not just when the Holy Spirit shows up, you'll have like a cool new logo that's a dove, but you'll receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you. And so, even as you think about the things that give you energy and power, remember that at the source, the base source of it all is that it is the Holy Spirit of God who empowers you. Um, you'll be talking a little bit about your creative endeavors that you care about, and it seems like okay, well, what does that have to do with the Holy Spirit? But one of the earliest appearances of the Holy Spirit, not the earliest, but pretty early in the Bible, we in the book of Exodus, we've got these guys Bezalel and Aholiab. But Bezalel, God says, "Hey Moses, I want you to build some really cool stuff for the tabernacle." And you're going to have them make some stuff out of gold and these special types of wood. And guess what? My Holy Spirit has gifted Bezalel to make these things out of gold. And so even when you think about, cool, I picked up the guitar and I'm learning, or I'm playing the ukulele now, or I wrote this poem, or man, I really just like to play Minecraft in a really artistic way, or whatever it is that you do. It is the Spirit of God that even puts that creativity in you to do that kind of thing. And then last, there's this idea of inspiration, people that inspire us. And one of the things that I automatically thought of was this duo in the Bible, which I'm sure they didn't look like two old white guys, but we've got Elijah and Elisha. Elisha was the protege, the one who followed Elijah. And before Elijah left, Elisha asks for a double portion of the spirit that Elijah had. And we learned through the rest of the prophets that it is the Spirit of God that actually empowers prophets to do what they do. And so Elisha, because of asking for that blessing from the person who he followed, who he looked up to, who inspired him, this double portion of the Spirit ended up making him do some pretty friggin' radical things. And so as you're having conversations, even as you're looking at different facets of your life and getting to know each other better in your huddles, remember that it is the Spirit of God, that it is God's Holy Spirit that gives you the power to live, is the one driving you into your vocation in the future, is the one who breathes these creative, amazing ideas into you, and it's the Holy Spirit of God that can inspire you through others, and then do great things through you in your life. So, I hope you guys have a great conversation. Remember the Spirit of God.